I know there's one other thing that she can't stand. It's when I clear my throat.
I can't stand it.
On my nose, I make the noise.
Oh, stop that!
See?
What the heck?
See?
You didn't have to do it on a video.
See?
Oh my God.
This is what I'm saying. She hated. So, but that's another question, you know, that you get together. See how we just went through this whole montage? But, you know, you got to ask those questions because you need to know if it's something new that pops up. Like if something drives you crazy and you ain't know about it, or if it just started to bother that person, you want to nip it in the bud before it gets...
Right then and there, guys. Right then and there. Especially if it's something significant and important. Like, these are little things. You know what I mean? These are little things. But there's people out there with bigger issues. You know, and there's somebody sitting up on something really big right now, and they're not even talking about it. But yet, they decide to go out there in the street and cheat or do whatever, you know? And that's just not good. It's not healthy. It causes a toxic relationship, a toxic living environment. You don't want that. I mean, stress is a killer out there. You don't need to be stressed out over things that could have been prevented.
Yes, absolutely.
And happiness is important. If you're not happy, you know, if there's something that's not making you happy, if the relationship is worthwhile, talk about it. Try to make it work. You know, life is short. You know, you can't be out there just doing all these here crazy, immature things or whatever. You know, you're grown. Talk to your mate. Tell them what's wrong, you know?
Yeah, what we said in the beginning of the video, just communication. That's a big key into this. And like I said, we want people to reconnect, and you don't necessarily have to do what we do, but you know, you got to try to keep it open, keep the lines of communication open.
And sacrifice.
Oh, definitely sacrifice.
Gotta sacrifice.
Compromises. Some things that you used to do, you just can't do anymore.
Right.
Or, you know, things that seem irregular, you just can't do. So that's our main thing for this, you know. Then another, because we have 2 more questions that, you know, you guys should ask each other, you know, just as far as starting the conversation again, starting from the beginning. What is your partner's favorite food, favorite color, favorite movie? What's their favorite? You should know. You don't have to know them all, but you should know the basics. Yeah. Like, you should know what her favorite food is. Her favorite food right now today is crawfish and crabs. She'll eat that all day by the bagful. All day.
I could go for some right now, actually.
By the bagful. Crawfish and crabs.
Love
all
it.
Day. That's her favorite food right now. You know, her favorite color. She's as far as favorite colors is concerned, like, she's a bright person. Like, she loves the flowerish, summer breezes, Floridian for all you YouTubers that's in Florida. She loves those colors, like the oranges and the purples. Those are her colors. Don't necessarily be a favorite, but she's in that orange, purple.
And you're so right about that. Only because I don't have that one favorite color. I don't have that.
Favorite, but it's summery. That's summery.
Yeah, I like bright colors.
Bright.
Like this.
She's bright.
Yellow.
Whereas me, I do have a favorite color though.
He like that Carolina blue, y'all.
Carolina blue, baby.
He loves Carolina blue.
That's my favorite color.
And for those of you who don't know what Carolina blue is, it's like a sky blue. It's like a deep sky blue color.
Carolina blue. They know what Carolina blue is. they hopefully their partners know what Carolina blue is. But yeah, that's my color, Carolina blue. I love Carolina blue.
Yeah. Well, your favorite meal today is steak, mashed potato, and broccoli. That's his favorite meal.
And if we out at a chic restaurant, I throw a lobster on that. Because I love lobster too. So
yeah.
If I had the whole thing, that's it right there.
I remember that day when we planned the in-house date night. And I think this was the first time you actually cooked for me. Yeah, I knew he knew how to cook, But it was our first date, I guess, eat-in date at home. And he wanted to cook for me. And I was happy. I was like, okay, let's see what kind of skills he got or whatever. So he went out there and he got some steaks and we had the broccoli, mashed potatoes. Now, I know I just told you guys that that's his favorite meal, but he did ask me what I wanted that night. You know, and I told him that I wanted steak that night. You know, so yeah, he prepared a really nice steak meal for us. He went out there and he got flowers and he set the table and everything. He made it so romantic. We had candles. It was a really nice candlelit dinner. And he did a great job. He really did. And that food, guys, I think that was the night that I really fell in love. Yes, that was the night that I really fell in love. That food was so good. So good. And sometimes you could cook steak and it could be dry, you know, taste like rubber or whatever, but that steak was delicious. I loved it.
And fellas, she's dragging me into this YouTube world. I cook a lot. I love to cook. Not just because I'm a big guy. I'm about to lose all this, by the way. But I
have lost some. He lost over 30 pounds, guys, which is a good start.
Yeah, I can't wait till I start working out so I can look like I lost.
Yeah.
But I like to cook because it's just peaceful. Like, give me a Corona. I have a Corona.
I don't know what is it about that Corona. Every time he cook, he gotta have a Corona.
Gotta have a Corona.
And he don't even drink beer like that.
I used to go out all the time. I used to party every day. That's my former life. Like, I had so much in my former life. I'm so reformed, as it were. Yeah, so, I mean, fellas, if you're gonna do, I suggest that when you start these date nights, whatever they may be, go all out like you used to. Don't half-step it. Don't cheat her. Don't cheat yourself. Because the purpose of this is just to reconnect.
Right. And it don't always require a lot of money or anything like that. You could be creative and do something at home.
Well, and I was going to tell you guys, like, I want you guys to come along. We're going to tell you what our date night is going to be. Like, so for this month, since I can't get around, our first date night is we're going to cook a meal together. Like, we're going to share responsibility of the meal. And it's just going to be me and her. It's not going to be kids involved. And we're going to take an hour and we're just going to sit at the table and we're going to talk. Who knows what we're going to talk about, how we're going to talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
But we're just going to sit and talk as if we were on a date. And so we'll tune in because right now I'm not eating red meat, but I might cheat on that night depending on, because there's some things that I love of hers and there's some things that I don't know. If y'all ever on TikTok, you need to follow her. Them fried pork chops. Let me tell you something. If you don't eat pork, I understand. Turkey chops. Same concept. Her pork chops. Listen, I had one the other night and I wasn't supposed to, but I told her you can't cook pork chops in this house and you're not eating. That's one. Even if I'm on a diet, you're not gonna throw a pork chop in my nose running around here and I'm not gonna eat one. And I suck the hell out of the bones. But you know, that's gonna be our first official date night, and we want y'all to come along. We want y'all to interact. We want y'all to ask questions. We want to know how your date went and what you did on your date, what you prepared. You know, follow us along on the date. Do the same date if you can. No, I take that back.
Okay.
Do the date like we're doing a date, but in your own way. Prepare your own food.
Whatever makes you happy, you know.
But you know, that first date in the kitchen with your spouse.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you can't cook, men or women. I know some women that can't cook. But get in the kitchen and y'all make some stuff together. Get it in. Prepare it. Put it on the table.
Mm-hmm.
And have a conversation. An hour. That's all you need. That'll be your... Without the children, if you got a young child, wait till they go to bed.
Mm-hmm.
You might have to stay up a little extra that night before they go to bed. If you have a child that can be on their own for an hour, get their food prepared. They don't have to eat the same thing you do. Get their food prepared. Get them situated. then you have your dial.
Mm-hmm.
Let's try to do it on a Saturday night. Some people work on Saturday, do it on Sunday. If you're a weekend worker, find that day that you both can work.
Okay. Sorry, I had to abruptly stop the video because there's a flying insect in the house.
You can't believe how scared she is of insects.
And it's still in here. So, guys, I'm sorry if I seem a little bit distracted. That's why. That thing is big.
It's
I don't even know what the heck that thing is. I just heard some buzzing. And I'm like, what the heck is that? Loud buzzing. Oh, it's right.
We're back.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. But I do not like bugs, okay? What was that thing?
It's like, I forgot the name they call it. Cicada, I think they call it.
I don't like them in the house, y'all. So, but.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
Anyway.
Yeah. That's the question you asked. Know your partner's favorites. And then on a date night, come join us on a date night. And we'll let you know. So we're looking at the end of the month, April. On a Saturday, we're going to have our date night. We'll let you know. We'll tune in the night before and let you know what we're cooking. And then we'll come back, that next morning and we'll post and let you know how our date went.
Yeah.
And then the last question is, well, it's not necessarily a question, but do you know how to cheer your partner up when they're down? Like, I'm not a rose or flower guy, but I know if I just send her one rose or give her one flower, it'll make her freaking day.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's really sweet. I like flowers. I do, especially when they're unexpected. I love surprises. I remember. I do.
No, she don't.
That day we had an argument, right?
Yeah.
And we went
wrong, and I was 100% wrong.
Yeah, and I don't even need to discuss what the argument was about, but we had a really nasty argument right before I went to work one morning, and I was pretty down and out all day, and Sean he actually sent me a dozen of roses to my job that day, and I had never got anything sent to me at work, so when they came in the office and brought the vase of flowers, I was like, okay, so who is this for? Because I work in an apartment community, so I thought it was for one of the residents. And they was like, it's for Brenda. I'm like, what? I'm like, do I have a secret admirer or something? Like, who the heck is sending me flowers? And it was Sean, and that meant a lot to me. It put a smile on my face, and it really shocked me.
I was 100% wrong that day. That was the part of the old me where I just let stuff fester. It was work related. And it spilled over into, family. And that's the other thing. We try not to bring work home to family. Yeah. And I was stressing because I had just started the business. And I was spending every little dollar I had. I mean, my credit is bad now because when I first started, I probably was bankrupt and didn't know it. Just didn't know no better. And I scraped the scratch and I lost a lot of money, and it spilled over to where I felt like I couldn't even keep $1 in my pocket. And we just talked over and we had a discussion and it turned into an argument. And I said some things that I shouldn't have said. And when you say something, you ain't taking it back right then. That's why I don't. And I'm not an arguer. That's the other thing she'll tell you. I don't argue. Like, if we gotta raise voices, no, we're not doing that. And I'm not an arguer. I will discuss and we will have discussions. But if we got to argue, I'm not doing it. And I took it too far. And I know I did. And so I said, well, what would make her feel better right now at this very moment? And I knew she liked flowers. And I was like, all right, well, I'm going to just send them to her job. I'm not going to bring them home. Because I wanted to know right now that I'm sorry. I don't want to wait till later and she's still thinking about what we talked about. And so that's what I did.
Yeah, that was really sweet. It was really sweet. It made me feel good.
So I mean, you know, it's just things you got to know these things. You got to know how your partner is and what's their temperament, and how can you fix it a little bit.
And it's okay to apologize and say, I'm sorry. We all make mistakes sometimes, and we all may say things we don't mean sometimes. And it's okay to apologize. Yes. You know?
That's about communication. Like, don't let it fester and sit and build up to where it can't be reconciled.
Yeah.
And so, you know, we take a lot of trips and things, and we get out, we do a lot of things. So we want to invite y'all on our journeys, and we want y'all to come along. We don't want to just invite you and you don't show up. We want you guys to come along, be on a date night journey with us. This is not just a one-time thing. It's every month, maybe twice a month. And then we go on excursions. We go here. If you go and get a room for the weekend, that's a date and that's a getaway. You can go around the corner to the local Holiday Inn or whatever.
There's a Homewood Suites like 2 minutes from my house, y'all.
But that's a getaway.
That's a getaway.
That's a getaway.
You're not at home.
You're not at home. You're with your spouse. You're entertaining. You're doing your adult things, whatever that may be. Whatever that may be. Hey. They could be drinking. They could be smoking. Whatever. Whatever. You know what I'm saying.
We're not smokers, guys, by the way.
I smoke cigars every once in a while. But, you know, I'm just saying that. But that's just a getaway.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have to have a lot of money to get away. You know, people always ask, every year we go on a big trip. And we might go on 3 or 4 trips a year. We okay. And people always, why y'all always go on a trip? How y'all go on all this trip? Because our number one rule is these bills is going to get here when we get back.
Exactly.
So we not, as long as you put your living money, which is your rent or your mortgage, up, then all them other bills you can put something on it or what have you, or break it down to where you can put more this month and then a little less this month.
And then also, not only that, you sacrifice and you save. You know, if you know you're planning a big trip or you want to go away with your partner somewhere, plan ahead. You know what I mean? Plan ahead.
Well, definitely for the bigger ones, but I'm just saying, like,
yeah.
Every once in a while, I'm like, yo, let's get out of here. Where we want to go? All right, let's go to Virginia Beach. All right, so how much that's gonna cost? We'll break it down.
How much we need for gas? How much we need for the hotel? And how much we need to eat? Yeah, and whatever activities we're doing while we're out there.
All right, what bill is due? All right, I'll put a little extra on that next week.
Okay, well, we could take this and pay it the next week because it's not going to be considered late next week. We'll pay that when we get back.
So we make it work.
Exactly.
This is what we're saying to you guys. It's like, don't let work and life hold you back from doing the things that you want to do.
That's right.
Just go ahead and do them. Because you only live once and you can't take none of this stuff with you.
That's right. Life goes on and you never know when you're going to lay down one day and not wake up the next. So you have to live life and enjoy it while you can. Enjoy your family, enjoy your partners, enjoy your friends, you know, just enjoy life.
Like, she just met a group of friends that she's associated with, and we went down to Florida. I just got out of the hospital, but I wanted to make sure she had a good time.
And I did. I'm very happy we all linked up. Very happy.
And so with that, I was like, okay, you know, that's just part of the sacrifice. So she happy I'm happy. That's just how it is. So come along on up with Sean and Brenda on their date nights. I hope you guys take this seriously. We didn't do this just to be doing it.
Right.
We do want to interact with people. If you do have questions or you just want to, you know, entertain us or comment or what have you, we'll comment back. We'll let you know. We're very transparent and open. We don't. It's nothing to hide. You know what I'm saying? So just come along.
Right. We're gonna help you bring that spice back into your relationship. You know, help you find your way back to, you know, that place where you were when you first met your partner. You know, that first day, the first couple of months, the first year. We want to bring you back there. You know, help you relive those special moments, because at the end of the day, your relationship is special. You know, your marriages are sacred. You know, if you're married, so you know you just have to love on each other, okay, and appreciate one another, and just not let life get in the way.
Yeah, don't let life hold you back.
Yeah.
You know, live it. Live your life. Don't be burdened by life.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Thank you guys for watching our video tonight. I hope you enjoyed it. And we will see you guys on the next one. Bye.